Hi everybody, welcome back to another business analysis video. Excuse my nasal sound. I'm literally just recovering from COVID. Can you believe it? How can I have had COVID? Me of all people? But anyway, I missed last week's upload as well. Due to that reason, I just was gone for a whole week. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm slowly getting there. But I just don't want to miss another week of uploads, okay? So that we don't... I don't really know how this whole YouTube thing works, but I want to be consistent, right? Anyway, let's get right into the video. In today's video, I'll be talking about questions to ask during your requirements elicitation meetings. This came about because I remember at the start of my career, requirements gathering, interviews and workshops used to give me a lot of anxiety. I used to get so nervous, and I wouldn't really. I didn't really know what questions I'd be asking these people in my interviews, right? I didn't really know how to start. Well, what am I doing in these meetings? How do I prepare myself so I don't look stupid when when I'm in those interviews, right? I also decided to do this because a few people have reached out to me on these topics, so I thought I'd share it on here as well, and I hope this helps. Right, let's get right into it. So first of all, I want to talk to you about requirements elicitation techniques. There are different types that business analysts can adopt. A few of them include document analysis, document analysis, observation, interviews and workshops, which I suppose you already know, brainstorming, prototyping. These are just examples. There are a lot of others. So let's get right into the question. What questions do I ask during requirements elicitation? What the hell am I asking these people, right? One thing I would suggest or advise is to prepare yourself before any interviews or workshops, right? If your project has already been scoped, if it's at the stage where the business has already decided that we're going forward with this project, okay, and it's time for you to start eliciting requirements, it's time for you to start understanding what the stakeholders, what the business needs in order for the project to kick off, really. You want to prepare yourself, right? You want to speak to your project manager, the sponsor, product owner. You want to have an understanding. You would definitely have that already anyway, so don't worry about it, okay? You want to understand what is the current system, who are the users, who are these people that I'm approaching. You want to analyze the stakeholders. What type of stakeholders am I approaching? Right, so you want to have your stakeholder analysis on point. You want to possibly draw out your stakeholder matrix. Who are the stakeholders that you should closely monitor? Who are the stakeholders that you should keep informed? Who are the stakeholders to manage closely to keep satisfied, right? Who are the stakeholders who have power in that project decision, and who are the stakeholders who have high interest or low interest. You want to understand the type of stakeholder you're approaching, right? Once you have that understanding, it sort of prepares you and eases your anxiety a bit. I'm not going to promise it does it entirely, right? But at least you know these people that you're approaching, right? And then you want to prepare your questions beforehand. You don't want to waste the stakeholders' time. You don't want to waste the stakeholders' time, a setup meeting, and then end up cancelling because you're not prepared, or set up the meeting and then you go in unprepared. You don't have any questions and you're just winging it, okay? Actually, sometimes that works, okay? I wouldn't advise doing that anyway, though I shouldn't be saying these things. Right, so you want to prepare your requirements questionnaires. You want to prepare your questions, technically, the list of questions that you're going there to ask, right? So once you've prepared, understood what the current process, have a general understanding of what the issue is and where we're trying to get to. Okay, you want to prepare your list of questions such as how, pay attention to these pointers, right? How, where, how does the system work? Where is it used? When is it used, right? Who uses the system and what does the system do? There's also a very good one, 5 whys, right? You want to keep asking why 5 times, but don't do it in a way that the stakeholder gets annoyed, right? You want to read the room, okay? You want to read the room before asking certain questions or before using the 5 whys, and you don't want to ask it repetitively, okay? You want to allow the discussion, the discussion to flow, right? You don't want to seem robotic. Just be a human being, okay? Right, so these are the pointers. I wanted to give an example of a project off the top of my head. I didn't prepare for this. This is not great. This is not good. Right, so I'm currently working on this project for a system agnostic time recording. By system agnostic, I mean we want the time recording system to sort of interact with other systems, to update other systems within the organization, okay? So in my requirements questionnaire prep, I've written down a list of questions such as what type, because we have 3 types of systems that people use to, okay, let me give a general background. So the users of these timesheets or time recording system have 3 systems where they can record these times depending on the type of user that they are, okay? So I've identified what types of users these people are and what systems, which of 3 systems are they using, okay? After doing that, obviously speaking with the manager or the person who you're interacting with the first time, you want to clarify and have a general background of what the topic is about. Anyway, so the list of questions I'm asking is, what of these 3 systems are you using? Okay, we've covered that what. And why do you use this system as opposed to the other 2? What is your current process of recording time? Where do you use this system? Do you use it on your laptop? How do you access the system? Do you only access it via an app? Do you access it on the go? Do you access it via your laptop? You know? And what sort of information do you record in your time recording? So I have these like my highest level of questions that I'm asking, okay? And during the discussion, it will flow, okay? This is all I wanted to say. Don't be afraid of not knowing what next to ask, even if you have only 3 questions. I think maybe have at least 5 questions, okay? I don't know, I just have 5. 5 is like my my lucky number, my go-to number, okay? It's not too much, it's not too little, right? And from there it will flow, I promise. Because if the user then tells me, oh, okay, I use system A, and then I'm asking, why do you use system A? I use it because I only work in the office, so I don't need system B and C. And when I use system A, I just type in my time and I submit it. Oh, okay, so do you have any issues that you currently experience? What exactly is your process of entering this time? Do you enter it as you're working, or do you enter it at the end of the day or at the end of the week? Could you explain to me? You see, you're asking them about their process, and then you're trying to uncover if they follow a set type of process. In my experience, this person was writing it on paper, or he was writing the time on paper, right? Because he's too busy to type it in, okay? While he's working. So once he's finished for the end of the day, he piles up these notes, and at the end of the week, every Friday, because they are meant to submit this time sheet every Friday, he then starts to enter it into the system. And then I'm asking, okay, how does it feel when you have to do this? Does it take up your time? I'm already guessing that it does take up time, because at the end of Friday you want to go home, right? But you're spending time to quickly enter your your time. And then I'm starting to think maybe there are better ways you can enter this time rather than write it on paper. What can you tell me about a better way you would prefer this system to work? This is when they now start thinking, oh, actually, it would be nice if I could just click something on the system and it just starts recording my time while I'm working, so that I don't have to go back. So I click start when I'm working, and then when I finish doing that piece of work, I click stop, right? And then it just updates the system. So that way you're sort of drawing out their ideas as well, okay? I don't want to go too deep into, don't want to talk too much on this, but I thought I'd give you an example and sort of encourage you, okay? Don't be afraid of asking questions. I know this is what we do as business analysts, okay? So just be prepared. That's the top thing you can always do, and it applies to life in general, not just in this instance. In wherever you find yourself, whatever you're doing, you want to be prepared, right? You want to prepare, you want to know exactly what this project is there anything that I should know in case the interview, in case the stakeholder asks me certain questions? Is there anything that I should know? Sometimes you might find the stakeholder asks you questions and you don't know the answer, okay? And sometimes the questions they ask are like outside the scope of what you're covering. You can just politely just explain, like I say, just remember they're also human beings, and just easily just answer and say, oh, unfortunately, I'm not able to answer that, but I can find out for you. Me, I just usually say, oh, I actually don't know. There's nothing wrong with saying you don't know. It depends on the type of aura. Like I said, read the room, and then you'll be able to answer, okay? Don't be scared. Keep being motivated and push yourself and prepare, okay? As long as you're prepared, it gives you some level of confidence and reduces that anxiety that you might be feeling, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna end that there. I hope I've been able to help, and I hope that you're able to apply this in your role. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Till next time, peace.